Hey, what's up guys? Lantana Larry here. We're cracking new fishing team, just getting to the beach. Just getting to the lake. We're a beautiful lake out of Florida, and Darcy just let me off into the ramp, and she's gonna go park the truck, and she'll be right back, and then we'll get this thing going.
What up? What's up guys? So we're at our little fishing hole, and we got all our rods set up, and like we said in a couple past videos that we've got our whole new setup of rods. So we got them all rigged up. We've got crankbaits on. I have a wacky rig on this pole.
Yeah, let's go over the rods as we go. As we're fishing today, we'll go over each rod. We got 5 different reels and like 5 different rods.
We'll do tackle time. Okay, so what I'm starting off with is I'm going back to basics, and I'm starting with my spinning reel, even though I probably should be using my bait casters right now and practicing, because I'm not that great, honestly. But you guys have seen this setup quite a lot of times. I use it in saltwater. I use it for a bunch of different fishing methods, but this is my SR6, my accurate SR6 spinning reel. And then I've got my Tsunami rod, which is a 7'2" Tsunami Coastal Series airwave rod. Really nice rod. And I've got my wacky rig set up, and I'm using a 6-inch Fat Ace, and it's a June bug color Gambler Lures.
I just want to chime in that while she was rigging up, I threw like 3 different baits, made like 50 casts, and they get no bites. And she threw out the whack.
You made like 3 bites.
Oh, I didn't get any hookups. I got some baits, the fish that went by my baits. But she threw out the wacky rig, and first hit she had like a hook set, a small fish, and then she had another one. So I'm just saying that I hate worms, but you know, the wacky rig really works. She killed it last time. You know, sometimes you gotta go back to those bases to catch the fish, and wacky rig is awesome. That's all.
Yeah, wacky rig is deadly.
Getting
Everyone
fancy.
knows that though.
Lantana Larry says getting fancy, you know, that's not the way to do it. You gotta stick with basics.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna probably do some fishing today too, and I want to show you what another rod I've been using. This is one of our new ones. This is an Abu Garcia Revo Rocket. It's got like 9-to-1 gear ratio. I didn't even know. Darcy bought this on her own without even talking to me. Not that she had to talk to me, but I didn't know. But it's like the fastest reel in the whole wide world. I didn't even know we were getting it, so it's really awesome. It cranks like crazy. You gotta slow down all the time. And it's just, I honestly just have a cheap gander rod. Again, we're trying all different rods to see what we like. And this is a medium 6'8", and it's really meant to be Darcy's like topwater rod. You know, you use those a little bit slower, a little bit shorter, I mean, for the boat, so the tip doesn't hit the water. So that's what I'm trying out today, right now. Pretty sweet. I really like the reel. It's super fast, and I like that.
He's bait. He's bait. That's a little bait fish. But good job, broke the skunk. I haven't caught a fish.
All right, so this is the major bass I just caught. I don't know what to say about him.
Maybe.
All right, so that was pretty terrible. We've moved spots down the canal here, and it's usually a really good spot, but all the bait we're caught, that's the only fish we've caught so far, and everything we've seen, we really haven't been able to hook up with. Darcy got a bunch of bites, but it's been really
Little fish.
Little fish. They've been tiny, the ones we've seen. And we heard yesterday that everyone's catching little fish. So I think it's probably the start. They're probably all in deep spawning. So we may need, I think it's probably a good idea to go into the middle of the lake and maybe do some jigging or throw some crankbaits or something like that. So I think for too much longer, we're going to start working a little bit smarter. You know, because sometimes you gotta come out here and you gotta find the fish if you haven't been out here all the time, and that's what we're doing today. I'm still using this Gambler on this quick Abu Garcia, and Darcy's trying that worm again, because again, it's tough getting bites. We're hitting this one last spot on the way to the deeper lake section. We're going to try some crankbaits and some deep stuff along the lines of what Mike Balls from Gambler taught us, because we think the fish are a little deeper after these cold fronts. But seems like a good time to answer some of these questions that we asked you to ask us a couple days ago on our giveaway on the winner announcements. And I got Darcizzle in the background, so you guys can stand listening to me for a couple minutes. She's fishing, that's her job, I'm filming. And the question is to me, and it was from Gator Boy, and he says, oh, let me double check that. Yeah, from Rob Gator Boy, and he asked a compound question, but one of the questions was, how was it moving from up north to Florida? And maybe someone will ask me kind of my story about that and everything, but whatever. You know, I'm a lifelong boater and fisherman. You know, grew up on Long Island fishing, and I just got tired of the weather. You know, I saw my boat sitting there on the trailer all winter all the time, getting winterized, and I just couldn't take it anymore, man. So I sold everything and moved my law practice and everything to Florida. I mean, it's awesome. If the question is more geared towards, you know, adjusting to Florida, it takes some time. You know, when you leave I was in a place where my whole family grew up, and my grandfather is mayor, you know, and my dad went to the same high school I did and all this great stuff, which is real nice. But, you know, it's a change. You know, you leave all your friends and connections and family behind, especially if you're in a career. And, you know, I think it probably takes 2 years to adjust back, you know, quite frankly. And you got to have an open mind. The weather takes about a year. You know, you get used to the summers. You know, they're hot, but air conditioning works. Everybody has air conditioning, so it's really quite beautiful. So I love it here in Florida. Wouldn't change a thing. Maybe should have moved earlier. I moved here in 2002, so I've been here like 15 years. So it's awesome. It's really, really nice. Gator Boy also asked Darcizzle what her personal best dolphin is. What's your personal best dolphin, Darcizzle?
I would say it was probably, a 20-pound dolphin, but on our actual boat when we went fishing, we caught a 30-pound bull dolphin, and that was a couple years back. But he was with a cow that was probably about 20 pounds, and the bull was 30. We caught both, and that was the last time I caught a big fish. That was 3-4 years ago. So
yeah,
another big bull dolphin.
Yeah, the mahi fishing in Boynton's terrible. You know, a 30-pound dolphin is a fish of a couple years. So we really gotta get on that. Does she have a fish, or are you stuck on the bottom?
I have a fish.
Nice, good timing.
Whoa, he's on bottom though. Help me with this.
Okay.
He's stuck.
What am I gonna do?
To turn that thing. Dude, I feel a fish, but it's like in the weeds. Maybe.
Loosen it up. Maybe I'll swim out.
Okay, well you're circling him now, so get on that side of him. The wind doesn't push it on the line.
Good idea.
Woo! Lunka, baby. I'll take it. Whoa. Haha. Told you I had a fish, guys. Whoa. I told you I had a fish, guys. And Brian was like, we have to break him off. But sure enough, we were able to get him out of all the weeds and whatnot, all the gunk that was on him on the bottom. But my wacky rig did the trick. I'm going to revive him in my well really quick. But I'm going to show you what I used real quick. I was using my 6-inch, hold on, let me just get it untangled here. My 6-inch Gambler Fat Ace. And you can see he pushed it all the way up the line. But this is the Fat Ace in the June Bug color, which is Gambler Lures version of a Senko. And yeah, the June Bug dark colors today are working. And this is actually not the deep part of the lake, but I think that's like a 2.5 pound bass. Awesome. Broke my skunk.
All right, so that's the biggest fish of the day. So I'm gonna get back to fishing here now that Darcy broke the ice a little bit. And I want to tell you about this other rod I'm using. This is a crankbait rod, but I'm using it for this jig. And it's a Lose speed spool. You guys have probably heard of that. And it's on a Lose reel. Speed stick. It's a crankbait rod. Yeah, crankbait rod. A perfect crankbait rod, actually. So it says right there. It's medium heavy with a moderate tip.
Grips.
Yeah, and Darcy loves the grips. You see those grips? It's in the shadow. Anyway, beautiful grips. Speed stick. It's medium heavy and moderate action for crankbaits, because you want to have a little bit of a tip on a crankbait. And so I got all tangled up here in my controls while we were chatting. But that's another nice rod we got. So we're trying out some different rods. Like I said, it's pretty nice. It's not that great for casting because it got a heavy tip, but I like it. Nice matching setup. We got a handle, fancy. And I would also mention that, you know, we got all this gear from J&H Tackle. That's our tackle sponsor. And, you know, if you don't have anything on the website, you can call Josh up and order it right from him, and he'll special order it or whatever you need. They also have a ton of gear reviews on their YouTube channel, big YouTube channel.
All right, another fish for me on the wacky rig. This is a good sign. Same color, still using the same worm. It's not a big fish, but basically, you know, I was just looking at the structure on the bottom of the water and seeing where there's holes in the vegetation, and I dropped it in, my little wacky worm, and I saw this little guy come out of the structure and eat it. Nice little guy. I'm gonna go ahead and release him. Need to catch a bigger fish. Love it. Nice fish. Awesome. All right, switched up from my wacky rig. I had to try my topwater bait. Oh, he got it wrapped. Woo! Okay, he got my blind wrapped. Let me get him in the boat first here. All right, using one of my favorite topwater lures. the Livingston lure. He is hooked in 3 places with treble hooks. So let me get them out and I'll finish talking to you. All right, got the hooks out of this guy. Gonna release him in 1 second. And I just want to show you the lure. Look at this big lure. It's like half the size of this fish. This was a hungry fish. But I decided to switch up my methods that I was using instead of the wacky worm to try and catch some peacock bass, because peacock bass actually love this color. And unfortunately, I just caught this little guy. Gonna release him. But what I did was I casted it out. Usually when you're topwater fishing, you want to keep your baits kind of like by the shoreline and by structure where fish would be hiding. Woo, he's ready to go. Where fish would be hiding. So what I did was, you got to be patient when it comes to topwater fishing. You got to jerk it, walk the dog, pause, and then continue on. And I saw the fish come up behind my bait, waked it, like I saw his wake come up behind it, but he didn't hit it. So I paused the lure, waited 2 seconds, and started to walk the dog again. And as soon as I started to move the lure again, he pounced on it. So topwater fishing is a little bit different, but usually the sun's going down now, so it's a perfect time to use topwater. A lot of fish like to ambush right when the sun is coming up and right when the sun is going down in the afternoon. So I thought it was a good idea, and that was like my 3rd cast. So nice fish, and hopefully I can get a bigger one right now. Alright, we're wrapping up our day. We are going home. The sun is about to set, getting dark. But we had a good day of bass fishing, I think. It could have been better. You know, when I catch more fish, I get very excited for you guys. And when I don't catch fish, I get bummed. I'm like a sore loser over here, but oh well. I did catch some fish. I caught a big bass on a wacky worm, and then at the end of the day, I ended up catching that fish on topwater, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just did some exploring, trying some new techniques. No live bait today, so you guys should be proud of me, even though I wanted live bait for clown knife fish, but maybe next time. But anyways, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up for us. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. New videos every single week. And until our next adventure, follow your dream and keep on catching. Yeah. What are you doing? Weirdo. Look at this person. Look at this person. Look at him.